I am Aki Luostarinen. I am a psychology teacher in an upper secondary high school, which is located in the eastern Finland in Kuopio. I have used Wikis as a tool in my courses with the upper secondary school students. The main purpose was to give the students a place to communicate with each other and with me as a teacher, outside the classroom, of course. And the other one was to give an opportunity to work in various ways, to learn in various ways. It doesn't always have to be inside the classroom and reading a book or writing notes. It can be some other things as well. And that's why I decided to create a wiki. And then why wiki? The main reason was for me to have a place where the students can communicate with each other, but where I could also share, for example, materials which I have used during the lessons, and share information that the students can take advantage of in the internet, links and so on. I think it has worked pretty well. For me, this year it was the first time that I've used internet-based teaching, and for the students it was also the first time that they worked in the school that much on internet. So of course it took some time and there were things to learn, but in all I found it very useful, and the students, most of them liked it as well. They liked to have an opportunity to work on the internet as well. At first I thought the students would be excited because they can use computer, and which is for most of them very common way to work with. But actually there were very many students that didn't find it easy to work with on computer. I think the main reason why the students liked working there was the fact that they could discuss and share their thoughts with each other and with me as a teacher. I thought the students could write their learning journals on the wiki, and the wiki is public, so it's very important to remind the students and to discuss with them about the fact that everybody can see what they write on a wiki. It's not a private website, so they need to maintain a certain level of privacy on everything they produce on the internet. And of course they need to agree to work on that way. I can't force them to write personal things on the internet, so I think that is the most important thing to discuss with the students, and to discuss why are we doing this, why are we working on the internet. Some of them might find it an extra work, so they have a reason why are they doing that. None of my students refused to work on the wiki, but some of them actually didn't do the work. They didn't participate on the discussions and they didn't write their learning journals. And one reason is that we have slightly inadequate equipment on our school. Most of the work had to be done at home. So that's one reason I thought I cannot require everyone to participate on working on the internet. Some students found it frustrating to work on the internet, and some of them liked it very much. Of course it is normal that some students like it and some students don't, because everyone likes to learn different ways. So, but I think most of them found it useful too. And of course, since there are links and the course materials there, they can always go to the wiki and check for what have we done and find additional materials as well. On my courses we also have a textbook, which is the main source of the information, of course, or for some students it may not be the main source if they find it easier to work on the internet, they can use the textbook as a base for the information and then learn online. The materials we are using on the wiki are produced by me as a teacher and the students. The students, for example, worked on groups to create a presentation of known psychologists on the wiki. The materials can be simple at the beginning when you learn to use the platform and when you do it the first time. It doesn't have to be mind-blowingly beautiful or colorful. It can be simple texts and pictures, and that's where you begin. And the things the students did were more or less on a basic level, but at least they got to create material there. My aim was so that most of the things on the wiki would be produced by the students, so they could learn by producing. But especially since it was the first time, I think I did more than half of the material. The first time I get to know about wikis as a teaching tool was at the university during an English course, and it worked very well on a foreign language course as well. So I find it a tool for every teacher. They can choose what they do there. It's not subject related. I think it's a simple tool where you can begin with. In my school we have some computers, but not enough, and they are rather old, so it partly restricts the things the teachers can do. At the moment I am the only one who uses social medias on their courses, but there is interest among other teachers as well, and hopefully we will get more and better equipment to make it easier. It would be nice if the equipment would be adequate, so the practical things wouldn't prohibit the learning and the enthusiasm and motivation.